Hi, good afternoon. So, this is Ivy. Kakatapos ko lang ng duty, actually training sa hospital. So, I was really planning to make this video for those people, especially mga friends, who are asking me regarding the process of application for NCLEX and paano mag-start. So, I've been planning to make this video for the longest time and parang walang oras lagi and walang place. So, now I feel like I need to make a video as soon as possible or else makalimutan ko na ako ng process and how to help. And at the same time, kasi I have several friends na been messaging me about the process, have been asking me kung paano. So I think it will be helpful if I'll make this video so that mas madali ko na lang ma-share kung paano yung process. So okay, let's start. Essential na sakyan ako ngayon sa parking. How to start? First is you need to decide kung saang state kayo mag-a-apply for the exam. So iba-iba siya. Usual or ang common is New York, then Texas, Illinois, NMI, ganon. So in my case, what I did is I asked for help or nagtap ako ng agency which is IPAS. So I highly recommend IPAS to process kasi sila na lahat ang gagawa. Especially if you are not currently here in the Philippines or malayo ka sa school mo before, because part of the process is you need to go to PRC, you need to go to your school to process some documents. So in my case, I passed yung gumawa nun. Aside from that, so okay, first step again is to decide what state, right? But disclaimer lang, it doesn't mean na yun yung state na pinili mo for NCLEX, dun ka lang pwede magtrabaho. Because the possibility is, example, in my case, I passed under Texas Board of Nursing, but I can accept offer sa other countries, other state, like New York or what. So it will undergo license endorsement. So bali yung state na pipiliin mo now is the state kung saan ka lang mag-a-apply, but you can still practice to other state through endorsement, okay, or reciprocity. What else ba? So second step is once nakapili ka na ng state, you need to comply all the requirements for that state. So in my case, Texas. So according to IPAS, sa Texas meron siyang 4 steps for the process. So nag-go through kami sa lahat ng steps na yon. Per state kasi iba-iba yung steps. Sa New York, I think 2 lang yung steps. For Texas, 4 steps. Sa iba, 3 steps. Like that. So, why Texas? In my case, I choose Texas because it's a under compact state. And for me kasi kapag under ka sa compact state, you can practice in other state na part siya ng compact na group. But eventually, when I passed, I realized na it doesn't matter anymore because after mo makapasa, yung offer naman is different state, may endorse ka pa din doon. Okay? Gets nyo ba? If you have questions, just comment down below or just send me a message and I will try to answer ha. So yun, again, you need to choose the state kung saan ka magte-take. You will comply all the requirements na kailangan per state. So again, iba-iba. When choosing the state pala, usually, ang na-observe ko is mostly New York yung kinukuha nila. One reason is that 2 steps lang siya, mas mura yung total expenses niya. And ano pa ba? Even though you're not a PRC holder or you're not NLE passer or Philippine license holder, you can still take the NCLEX through NY Board of Nursing or New York Board of Nursing. Okay? So take note of that. And also, per state, may mga certain requirements like in Texas, for example, you can only apply NCLEX through Texas if your experience is not more than 2016. So, in my case, 2019, so that's why pwede ako sa Texas. But, if, for example, yung experience mo is 5 years ago or 10 years ago, so you're not qualified to take NCLEX to Texas Board of Nursing. Okay? So, next step, so, follow the requirements. So, under the requirements ng state, I suggest you can actually do DIY. Some people, mas gusto nila yung do-it-yourself lang. Siguro, for them, madali lang. Malapit lang sila sa school nila. Nasa Metro Manila area sila. They can easily go to PRC main office. So, they can really do DIY itself. But in my case, it's not really feasible because my school is in Davao and currently I'm here in Pampanga. And PRC is in Manila. Quarantine days, I don't want to travel to Manila to process that. So, I handle all the processing. So, in terms of timeline, in my case, it took, I think, 6 months, 4 to 6 months for the whole process from application to the ATT. Na-receive ko yung ATT ko na form or authority to test. Right? So, yun na. Once you have ATT or makatest ka na ng exam, you can now schedule your exam. Alright? But, actually, while processing the NCLEX requirements, dapat nagre-review ka na. Alright? Because, it depende sa'yo. If you only need 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year to review, it depends. Sharing from my experience, at first I tried to review using Mark Lemek na mga audio. Meron din sa Spotify pero hindi siya complete. I also purchased some materials sa Shopee. And I reviewed using Mark Lemek. But eventually, I feel like hindi na siya updated kasi it's been 1990s yung mga information. I feel like mas maganda if mag-review talaga. Not only for NCLEX for the purpose of taking the exam, but for me, it's my way of, parang refresher siya, so that kapag babalik ka na sa area, sa hospital setup, hindi ka, as in totally no idea at all about laboratories, about certain diseases. So that happen. In my case, I actually review under INAP na review center. It's actually online, owned by Mr. J. I'm not sure if it's okay to tell, but the fee for that review is like 20,000 pesos. Okay, pero unlimited na siya. So, kahit 1 year ka nagre-review, you can still access the review materials. And it's really good kasi it's like recorded na mga lectures, and at the same time may mga live lectures din. If you have time, you can actually join the live lectures. Ano pa ba? So that's it. So if nakapag-review ka na and then you receive your ATT, you can now schedule your exam through Pearson VUE. Now, yung schedule ng exam, actually sa Philippines isa lang meron. We have in Makati, Pearson VUE. Then, kung nasa Saudi, usually umuwi sila or may mga other locations like in Brazil, in India. So, depende talaga. You need to consider the location of the exam centers. So, if nasa Philippines ka, no problem. Manila, meron siya. And, ano ba? Yung availability ng test, check mo siya online. Or, another thing is, if you are part or a member of the Lefora na forum, you can actually check from time to time because Miss Jean Olivar is actually posting kung ano yung mga updated available dates for the exam ng Pearson team. Okay, so what else? So yun, nakapag-exam ka na. Once you're done with the exam, okay, so if you pass or fail, if you pass, you can proceed with the next step. You can either take your IELTS or find an agency or direct hire. In my case naman, inuna ko kasi yung IELTS in my case. So, 2020, nag-take na ako ng IELTS February. Okay? So, okay naman. Na-achieve ko naman yung desired score. And, the good thing is that merong center, or I mean, may exam venue dito sa Pampanga. So, it was accessible for me. So, I did the exam at Marriott Hotel sa Clark. So, nauna ko siyang tinapos. After that, that's the time I started reviewing for NCLEX. So, to be honest, at first, I feel like, bakit ko inuna yung IELTS? Kasi, mag-expire na siya within 2 years. Within 2 years, if hindi mo siya nagagamit, you need to retake again the exam. But, you know what? After passing the NCLEX and yung naghanap ka ng employer, I feel relieved na tinatapos ko na yung IELTS kasi parang pandagdag pa siya ng sakit ng ulo after all. So parang mas easy na in my case na mag-focus na lang sa experience kasi tapos na yung IELTS, tapos na yung NCLEX. So, may tip lang is that if tapos ka na sa IELTS and NCLEX, process for the visa screen as soon as possible so that hindi masasayang yung IELTS mo. Because if ang IELTS is used for the visa screen purposes and also for license endorsement purposes. So, kapag ang IELTS mo na nagamit mo na siya for the visa screen, ang visa screen kasi yung validity niya magiging 5 years na. So okay na kahit mag-expire yung IELTS mo kasi may visa screen ka na and meron ka ng license endorsement. So yun yung kailangan yung tandaan. Ano ba? I think that's it for now. So just to recap, what you need to do or as a guide, if you are planning to pursue your American dream, is really first decide on kung anong state ka magte-take ng NCLEX, under what BON. Second, you need to make sure na qualified ka sa mga requirements ng each BON na gusto mo, kasi iba-iba siya. And iba-iba din yung timeline, iba-iba yung payment fee for each BON. Third, once nakapag-decide ka na and while trying to comply all the requirements, start reviewing as soon as possible so that makakover mo lahat. Hindi naman 100% pero almost all possible questions na lalabas sa NCLEX. So start reviewing. You can do DIY or you can enroll in a review center online. Okay? Fourth is pass the NCLEX and process your IELTS. Ganun lang. So, this video is very, impulsive lang yung paggawa ko ngayon. Actually, I've been thinking of doing this for several months now, pero parang feeling ko wala akong time lagi. So now, I have the courage na, sige, gawin ko na to quick lang, para maka-help naman sa mga friends na nagtatanong how to start, how to do this, like that. So that's it. And if you have other questions, try to comment down below. I'll try to answer. If may na-mention ako na you think needs correction or mali, please let me know so that we can correct it. And okay, I will try to make another video next time based on your questions, or for example about IELTS, how to prepare, about NCLEX, some tips, ganun. So I think that's it lang for now. Sorry, I'm so ngarag. I'm from duty pa. So I think that's it. Good luck and thank you for making time to listen. Bye!